the funny thing is all of you have talked to me before on this this podcast format.
Yeah, through Shirt Show.
Yeah.
Hey?
Yeah, hey.
We're talking shirts.
So, Nick, you come to these things often. You're at every trade show ever. What is different about Print United that's special?
Yeah, I think this one especially, to have everything all in one hall is really cool. So you get not only the textile side, but then also the graphic side. It's really cool to see all the new innovations, and it's always fun to get hands-on presses and all that good stuff. But yeah, there's some badass tech at this show.
Yeah. And I was telling Matt about this too when he was saying this was his first show, and they don't really have a lot of these or any of these in Canada, correct?
As far as I know, there are absolutely none. You got to yeah. You got to. The printing industry is just more alive in the U.S. I find you guys do cool stuff like this. Everyone comes together, and that just doesn't really happen.
Why do you think that is? I've always been curious to that because I know some good printers in Canada, but it's like I don't feel like the numbers are as big.
Totally, and I think I tell people this all the time too. Like the industries are just so different from there we go.
I want to hear you.
Thanks, Dylan. The industries are just so different from Canada to the U.S. Like I tell you guys all the time, like you just don't see 10-shop autos in Canada like you do in the U.S. So I just don't think it's worth it for M&R and all these guys to come down to Canada because they're just not going to do as well, right? That's the way I think about it.
Why do you think that is, though? Do you think that there's just not as much of a demand from businesses up there to do apparel as a form of marketing? Or is it just they might get it from somewhere else? Because it seems weird to me, because here it's like everybody, every place needs some kind of apparel. It seems like it would be the same there as it is here.
Yeah, I definitely, the need is still there. I think there's just more people here. There's more demand for it. And I tell my friends back in Saskatoon and Vancouver this all the time. Like, when you're in the States or you're in America, you see everywhere you go, whether there's construction companies, cleaning companies, or whoever it is, everyone's rocking company gear.
Right.
Where in Canada, they get away with more where they don't do that. Huh. Right? Like, you'll see a lot of construction companies or whoever it is where they don't have the company gear, and that's where I'm trying to thrive in Saskatoon, is by pushing the gear on these companies.
I was going to say, is that a marketing strategy for you of like, hey guys?
1,000%. Yeah. That's exactly how we do it, is if they have the gear, they look professional, they feel professional, it creates unity within their company, and I just try to portray that to these business owners in Canada, that it, like having your company logo on a shirt, it's just as important as having the right tool for the job.
Right.
It's all marketing for your business regardless, right? So... and a lot of times it pays for itself, because I tell people this all the time. Like, I wear straight screen printing everywhere I go, and I cannot tell you how many jobs I've sold just from wearing this shirt.
Matt, I got to give you some flowers on this one. In terms of marketing and getting out in front of people, you have done such an exceptional job. And nothing starts until that connection is made, right? So getting out ahead of it, ensuring that people know, hey, this is exactly what we do. This is and showing examples of, hey, here's your company marketed, and here's how it's branded, dude. That's exactly how the sale starts. You know what I mean? Big
time, right? And just educating people on how important clothing is for your business, right? It seems like something small that you can get away with, but it's just like, and I know all the time, like you got guys showing up to other people's houses or homeowners or whatever it is. Because for us, we focus a lot on the construction industry. Like, they feel more peace of mind when you look the part, right? But if you got guys showing up in ratty old shirts or they look like trash, right? Like it goes a long way.
It's
like fitting the
less
part.
Trustworthy.
It's their billboard too.
Yeah, it's like, a billboard. Hey,
yeah. This is free marketing for you indefinitely. It doesn't matter if it's the business owner or the employee. Like, this is forever,
Totally, yeah. And then that's where I come in again, where instead of like just printing your company name on a shirt, let's design something cool that's tailored towards your business, where people will want to wear the gear, not have to wear the gear, right? So when you show up to work and guys are stoked to wear your clothing, like, that's the ticket right there. And you don't have to be like, hey, why aren't you wearing your company shirt today, right? Let's create something that everyone wants to wear.
Premium blank, like, let's not just do it. Don't get me wrong. There's some garment styles out there that everybody loves that are just run of the mill.
Yeah.
But really identifying that customer, if it's a new business, if it's a younger generation, like, put them in the right garment.
1,000%. And I think, and you're right though too, because a lot of the younger generation with these business owners, where they're like us, or they own these companies, they're more into it than, say, like the 60-year-old guy who's like, oh, I haven't had company clothing for the last 30 years. Why do I need to spend money on it now, right?
I've been wearing the same pair of overalls for the last 65 years.
Not your ideal customer.
It's like my dad's ashes in the front pocket.
My work boots are older than you, kid.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Bye.
You're not selling to that guy. That's not your market.
Yeah, right. So that's what it's all about. And like Nick said, like there's a time and a place for like cheap giveaways, but that's where we walk you through though too, right? Like what are you using this clothing for? Who it's for? Where is it going? We find those things out, then we try to sell you the right garment along with the logo that goes with it.
It's a discovery, right? You know, it's meeting the business owner. You know, seeing what's your vision, where are you going? Okay. You know, this we do it a lot of graphic stores too, where it's the intro call is tell us where you're going, and then let's tailor fit whatever that need is for that specific person.
1,000%, right? Yeah, like if you're giving away shirts, yeah, sure, I got some cheap shirts I can give you to give away,
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, right. But for your guys and stuff like that, like let's step it up a bit, especially if you have office staff or whatever it is. Like let's look presentable and let's look the part, and I guarantee you'll see success. And we hear it all the time from our clients. Right. Once we do that first step for them, they're like, yep, this was worth it. Let's do it again.
And that being like a twofold thing, too, with both of you here and just talking about like apparel styles and you being from Canada and everything else. And it's kind of like, is there anything that you're looking at specifically, like when you come to a show like this or you're in the M&R booth and you're seeing what's capable? And we were just both over there looking at the digital side of things. Is there something where you can stand out in your area, especially like you said, where you are in Canada, that's more of like, well, I can do way better art, or I can, you know, leverage graphic source or something like that to help me step up my game where it's not just the basic whatever, or, hey, I can offer this printing technique or this style or something that, say, the next guy down the road in Canada is doing.
Totally. And to be completely honest with us, man, it's not like we're doing crazy prints, dude. Like a lot of the stuff we do, 1, 2, 3 colors. I've put it this way, I've never turned down like a 10 color, 1,000-piece job. It just doesn't happen for me, right? And the biggest thing is how we stand out is just like who I am and what I stand for. And I know guys have like peace of mind when they're buying from us that they're going to get like a quality garment, a quality print. And again, too, like because we're all human and we all make mistakes, if something slips through the cracks, I'm going to be the guy that's going to raise my hand and I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to redo it or I'll make sure, because we all work hard for our money and we all want to get the value for that money. So that's where they know with us, we're not just going to leave them high and dry. And we've made mistakes and we've never not fixed anything because I was too cheap or I was going to lose money.
Yeah. If there's not issues, you're not selling anything. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, there's always going to be things that come up, and
especially when you're trying to grow a business. Like, dude, I tell guys all the time, I'm like, bro, if you want to run and grow a business, you better get used to going wrong, because it's going to go wrong. If you think that it's not going to happen or the mistakes aren't going to happen, dude, you shouldn't be a business owner then.
Delusional.
It's going to happen. Like, we're all not perfect, right? We strive for that. Whatever you want to call it, right? Like that higher caliber. But again, like, dude, it's gonna slip through the cracks.
It's all part of it.
Yeah, we're all human. It's just how you react to those mistakes is what makes you as a business. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is there anything new that you are looking into, though?
Right now, for me, it's just the new presses is what I would love to get into. Start printing like faster for us. Yeah, when you start doing those 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 piece orders, something. Yeah. What
are some bottlenecks that you're seeing in your shop right now? Is it maybe darkroom? Is it pre-press? Is it
for us? We definitely got to step up our darkroom. We got to get. My next purchase would be like a direct to screen. We need that for sure, yeah. And start getting even like M&R's the registration system. We have to get that on our
press. For sure.
That's the next thing we need. Yeah.
ETS and the regi system, baby.
Yeah,
exactly. That's strength 2.0.
No more registration marks. Just get rid of them altogether.
Yeah, just get rid of them altogether. No more films. And the darkroom will be more efficient too, right? So
that's what changed my shop the largest. Was February I went CTS and Trilock, and it has changed absolutely everything. So
big time, right? The setup times are way lower, like
way faster.
Less mistakes happening when you're burning screens, or it's just way better.
I get people all the time
for our team.
I get people all the time that reach out to me on socials or whatever and ask me. They're like, "Well, I'm thinking about getting another press. I'm thinking about getting a bigger space. Like I'm busting at the seams and whatever." My first question is always like, well, what is your, how many jobs are you printing in a day right now? Or what does your pre-press look like? What is this? And more often than not, I would say that they are, oh, well, I'm still using film and I'm still this and whatever. And it's kind of like, well, if you upped your pre-press game where you had CTS and you had, registration system and you had all these other things, you could probably do another 3 to 4 jobs a day on that one press that you already have, and you won't have to expand. You don't have to get another press. You don't have to do this because you're so efficient to get things to press where the press is constantly spinning and printing jobs. What I see more often than not is someone's like, okay, I get there in the morning at 9. I spend an hour and a half, 2 hours mixing ink and registering the job, and I get that one going, and I take that one down, and then another hour and a half later, I get the next job set up, and it's like, dude, you're wasting 4 hours a day on an 8-hour day, setting up and tearing down.
Yeah.
Why are you not printing another 4 hours in that day?
Right. I loved, like, when I first saw that video of Andy setting up that 6-color with his M&R with the tri-lock.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the video where I was like, bro, like, we're doing this wrong. Like, he sets that 6-color up and prints 100 shirts in under 10 minutes or something like that.
I remember that video.
Yeah, right.
That was dope.
Yeah, and that was before I even knew you guys. I saw that video, and I'm like, dude, this is the way.
Light bulb moment. You're like,
That's what I'm saying.
The light bulb went off, right?
Well,
I'm like, yeah.
You get all these automations in the darkroom. You know, you get a Unicoat where you can actually start, like, testing your EOMs. You can start dialing in what all of these things are, and then, you know, you go to press with some kind of CTS where it's burning the image in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Registration isn't as much of an issue. You get rid of registration marks altogether, so you're not have to sitting there and taping all the screens off and all these other things. Get it on press and print. Really what you're doing is you're putting it into those 3 points on the tri-lock, putting it on press, clicking them all in, do a test print, and you're like, oh, the red is like slightly out, like, you know, a millimeter. You go, you microwave it real quick, and you're running the job. You just set up a 6-color job in 5-10 minutes, and you're printing.
Yeah,
there's no more of this hour and a half hitting things with a hammer.
Fighting, screaming, and you're like you said, like you can run if you're running 2 more jobs a day or 3 more jobs a day because of that reason. Like that's the way to go, not more presses. Yeah. And that's the same thing. That's where we need to step up our game is the darkroom.
Yeah, pre-press for sure.
The cool thing about M&R too is like they give you the roadmap of those darkroom products, right? You know, versus you got to buy this thing over there and then this thing right there, and then you can kind of
you can get out. Together. You can get most of everything from one place.
It's one awesome, and they play it well together. You know, it's like that's the beauty of it. It's just like it's not this thing, that thing,
rather than mix matching brands and this and that.
A mutt of a shop.
Yeah, right. Which I get. Some guys got to do that, right? You got to piece the together, but eventually try to lean towards one brand more, right?
One brand, one service.
It's just it's an ecosystem. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You probably know, right? Like exactly. Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to chime in about? You're excited for golf.
Yes, we're going to be playing lots of golf over in Florida. This is my first time at one of these events. My first time in Florida, baby.
It's a little bit different than Canada right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, that's for sure. Yeah, so we're going to go play some golf tomorrow.
That's awesome.
When you're looking at products here, how does the distribution work in Canada? So, like, are there blanks here that you're seeing that you can't get in Canada? I don't know how it works at all. So.
Yeah, no, so that's a good question, actually. So I haven't toured around here much since we've done the podcast, but that's one thing I'd love to see, what else they have here for garments. Because we basically have 2 main suppliers. We have Sanmar and SNS, like you guys, right? But other than that, I mean, like, trying to bring stuff in, it just costs an arm and a leg, or it's difficult, or, you know what I mean? And also, too, like, our dollar right now is so bad.
Yeah.
So to bring stuff in from the States to Canada, like, the price is just astronomical. Like, even before when I was looking at equipment compared to now, it's going to cost me how much more money? Because our dollar is so bad, right? So
you just got to smuggle it across the border.
Right. Well, yeah.
hey, Matt, I did have a question on blanks. Yeah. You were bringing in blanks for a while, right? You sourced your own blanks from San Salvador or Central America, or
So that was kind of with through T-Style as well. So we were bringing stuff in through them straight from like their factory. So it was cheaper, and we had like their premium 9-ounce heavyweight T-shirts and their hoodies and stuff like that, and those have been like a massive hit for us. So, like, to bring those in at like a more cost-effective rate, which is nice. And I know Sanmar, too, they just came out with that new work line. So those have been a massive hit in our shop, too, because, everyone wants a boxy, blank, like, heavyweight blank T-shirt. But, I mean, like, sometimes, honestly, man, it's hard to sell that because it's so expensive, right?
Yeah.
So now I feel like where Sanmar brought in that work clothing, where it's like a cost-effective, it's a good garment, man. I don't care what anyone says. That prints beautifully. Like the prints are nice and smooth and crisp. And everything looks great. So
as long as it works for your client and it works for you, then there's nothing wrong with it. It's all just hype after that point.
Yep, I think so too. Yeah, exactly.
It's a really cool time to see. You know, I feel like the apparel side has really gone through a renaissance where there's some amazing gear out there nowadays where you can just kind of elevate it versus that. You know, cheap giveaway tee. Now it's more tailor fitting that garment style to the right client. And it's like you see the dollar amount go up. You know, Yeah, it's really cool.
Perceived value and everything.
Perceived value, exactly right.
Well, it's cool because I think the whole industry as a whole is elevating the game, right? Like, I mean, like from the equipment to like the DTF machines and the garments that are coming out now, right? Like, a lot of things are changing, and we're living in a time, you know what I mean? We're seeing all of this change happen right before our eyes.
Well, the cool thing is, too, there's certain types of people, and not to knock anybody who's, you know, in their own little bubble or whatever, but it's like there's certain types of people like you specifically came from Canada, flew to Chicago, came here, you did this whole trek, and it's like you are trying to broaden your horizons and find new technologies for your customers, find new ways to make things. You're not just like, hey, I burned a screen in the sun, I grabbed an ink that I found at Michael's, I printed some shirts, hope it works out. You're looking for the best possible way to make something for your customer that's going to stand out and live a life and then keep that client for forever. So
totally, yeah, innovation, right? I mean, like, how does that saying go? Adapt or die, or whatever you want to call it. Right? Yeah, right. Like, you got to keep going with the industry, and if things are moving towards maybe easier for DTF, a lot of screen printers don't like it. But I mean, like with you, if a client wants 1,000, well.
But again, we were talking about it earlier with M&R too, and it's like, you know, it's their job to make things easier for us as decorators. You know, they could just be like, nope, we're just going to make one screen printing press, we're going to make one darkroom thing, we're going to do this, and it's like, no, they need to innovate and educate on all things that have to do with our industry.
Totally.
Whether they like it or not or whatever, they have to do it because they want to make sure that you as the printer have the tool that you need for the job, and it's reliable, and they're behind it with the service and tech.
Awesome.
Totally, yeah. Like, and I think it all starts with the client, right? Like, if the client wins, we win. If we win, M&R wins. You know, the money flows, right? So let's all just do a really good job, and we'll all succeed together.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I know you got plans. I will see you guys later on.
Cool. Yeah, it's nice to see you guys in person. We've all been like internet bros.
I know.
Now,
I got the thing that I always get from you is you're a lot taller in real life.
Yeah, dude.
I'm sure you get that all the
Every time.
I got to give a shout out to Eric from My Smart Shirt. Way taller in person when I met him. I was like, wait, what? Like, damn, bro.
The internet doesn't do us any favors as far as that goes.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, boys.
Love you, gentlemen.
Thanks, guys.